13 rounds into the 2024 Formula 1 season. As of uploading, not recording, I'm recording this before Spa, but as of uploading, we have reached the summer break. And so here is my pick for the drivers who I think have been the most disappointing so far this season. 4. Logan Sargent. I don't think anybody is surprised to see Logan Sargent appear here. He has gotten screwed over by Williams a few times this year. That much has got to be said. Being kicked for his car after Albon binned his in Australia and they didn't have his spare chassis. He'd used old parts for 2023 a couple times as well, which that just baffles me, to be honest. But so, you know, those things will not have helped him. And it also does just kind of feel like Williams have given up on him, if you get what I mean. Like they're just not even considering him for next year, and they're just looking straight at other options. But look, it doesn't attack a lot for the fact that he just hasn't been all that impressive this year. He's typically still behind Albon, and okay, I don't think anybody really expects him to be, you know, beating Albon week in, week out, because Albon's a really good driver. But I think Logan is expected to be closer to Albon, you know? I mean, sometimes he's beaten out by bigger margins than others, but look, I can see why Williams almost certainly will not be retaining him. Giving him a second season was, I think, the right choice, but he just has not been proving in this second season that he should get a third, if you get what I mean. 3. Valtteri Bottas. Like Daniel, he is a PR person's dream. But other than that, look, I'm gonna put it this way, the man is 21st in a 20-car championship, for God's sake. He's just on track, he's not doing anything. He's kind of screwed with a bad car, yes, which, yes, there's only so much you can do with a rubbish car. And he's got really screwed over by bad pit stops earlier in the season. But for the driver that Valtteri Bottas is, which ain't all that bad, he's just been a bit disappointing. As I say, I think a lot of that comes down to the car that he has is just rubbish. Hopefully he'll find a bit of on-track mojo again this year if he does get a seat on the 2025 grid, but that doesn't do anything for 2024. He's just been not great. That goes for Sauber on the whole. 2. Zhou Guanyu. From one Sauber driver to another. Not to repeat myself kind of in what I just said on Valtteri and from in past videos, however, I have said this a million times before and I will say it again. This man is the most anonymous driver on the grid. He doesn't do anything. He's just there. As I kind of just say, there's only so much Zhou can do with the machinery he has, and that machinery is not great. Sauber are the only team that haven't scored points yet this year because their car isn't great. They've had pit stop issues. They just haven't been putting the things together. But for Zhou, this goes beyond this year. This is his 3rd season, and all 3 seasons he just hasn't really done all that much. He's just kind of been there, filling a seat on the grid, really. He hasn't really wowed too much. Apart from Hungary last year in qualifying where he sucked at P5. Like, I'm fairly sure the moment that Falk remember missed when they think of Zhou is his crash in Silverstone in 2022. Like, my expectations for Zhou were not all that high coming into the season anyways, but he's still just been disappointing. He doesn't do anything. He really is just there, and I don't expect to see him on the grid next year, to be honest. And 1, absolutely no surprises here, Sergio Perez. So, who's going to be driving the second Red Bull car in Zandvoort? And why do I think it's not Sergio Perez? Look, I don't want to get in too hard on Checo because that's been done to death by everybody, but look, Checo just hasn't been doing enough to keep his seat. He got away with it last year because Red Bull had a rocket ship, he could get away with it, but he does not have that same luxury this year of his poorer form being disguised by a dominant car, because Red Bull dunna have that, and they also dunna have the luxury of being able to win the constructors with just Verstappen. As of recording this on the 23rd of July, Red Bull have a 51-point advantage over a rapidly rising McLaren, and if McLaren can stop channeling their inner Ferrari for 2022 for 5 minutes, they have the quickest car, and they have 2 strong race-winning drivers who can overhaul Red Bull, who need the second car performing if they want to win the constructors. And you know, when it comes to Red Bull trying to keep McLaren behind, I just don't see Perez as being the guy who can get the results that they'll be needing the second car to get, you know? He started the season great. You know, he was on the podium, he was up in the top 5. But as I've said in past videos, how you start the season isn't really all that important. But what matters is how you continue it and you go on to end it. And when it comes to continuing, Perez hasn't been doing great. Once again, he's fallen off once Miami is coming game. In fact, that was the last time where he finished and qualified in the top 5. Nobody is expecting expecting him to match or beat Max, but I think he is expected to be doing better than he has been. He really does seem to be one of them drivers that when things start going wrong, it just snowballs. Like, to save his seat, I really think he needed to bring back the form that he had at the beginning of the year a few rounds ago. He's just been pretty disappointing recently, and honestly, nothing against Checo. I do like him. Overall, he's not a terrible driver. He's a driver that's in a really difficult performance-wise place, I suppose, but look, right now this just ain't working, and if he's still in that Red Bull car in Zandvoort, I will be a little bit surprised. What has been the most disappointing drivers for you so far this season? Let me get your thoughts down in the comments below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new around here for more Formula 1 content from me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.